Live my life a little blind fragility. I'm just scared. And so am I. How many times have you listened to the... Too many. Too many. Not even gonna lie to you. Because I thought about doing it for karaoke this past weekend. I think it hit. It landed.
I thought
it would have landed, especially with the crowd that was there
you
tonight.
Teased
the other night. I did tease it, and we decided to go with Never Gonna Give You Up. Rick Astley.
Never gonna give you up.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Who did you do it with?
Rachel actually came up at the
Hell
end.
yeah.
Rachel Upton. Was that at the end of the night? Was that after we left? Yeah. Okay. You said that we missed Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, they missed Bohemian Rhapsody.
Who did it?
Everybody. That's what I'm saying. We're going to learn to do it. We're going to start doing it just like an end of the night. Everybody
Bohemian Rhapsody.
It won't be Bohemian Rhapsody every time. It's got to be an anthem every time. Yeah. Like next one's Black Parade for sure. Dear Lord.
Only if Laura is there.
Right. Yeah. Fair enough. I love seeing them. I love it when she's there. She's not always there. Yeah. I like it when she's there. We all like it. I do want to do. Well, I think of making the next one like a theme night, or like every other one will be a theme.
I think
that's a good call.
Yeah.
So that way you can keep up with variety and whatnot and so forth. And the thing would be, it would be encouraged, but not necessarily like enforced. You can't be here if you're not going to do it. No, it's like it'll just be strongly encouraged.
You don't have to do just those songs.
But it would be encouraged. We would like for you to.
I like that.
Yeah. I think that if you're not there for the theme night, just come back for a regular night. Just come back for the other night. You have a choice. Yeah, exactly. Or you can just keep going to both of them, and we would enjoy that regardless. Sure. What's 3 hours? This is just me as the consumer. This is you as the man. As the host and the manager. And,
I mean, we're going to be there, so...
Listen, it's something that I regularly look forward to as like an outlet and just like... And now we've upped it. Good times with the friends and the community. And we're thinking about like not necessarily getting sponsorships from the beer folks, but that's hush hush until we figure it out. Oh, you can promote that. No, it's hush hush because we don't even know what we're doing. No. Like, you can work that. You can do that. Oh yeah, you can definitely.
You can cut this.
I'm like, thumb up. Play the theme song.
All right.
Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. BSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. Oh, we back at it again. Jay, Jeremy, Miriam, Ryan, friends until the end. What's new this week? That is our mission. Spoiler leaks, not our ambition. Call us geeks, come on now listen. Black and nerdy's our position.
Blurred boys. Y'all know what to expect. Enter the podcast, we come in correct. Survivalist world, we coming for the throne. Blurred boys, survivalist zone.
BSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. BSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. Hey. Taylor. It's the Blur Survivor Guide. It's the Blur Survivor Guide. It's the Blur Survivor Guide. I don't about to get shell shocked. I have not gone back and rewatched this movie. Let me just be perfectly clear. Have you seen the second one? Out of the Shadows?
What movie?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the live action one. The live action one. Michael Bay.
Oh.
With Megan Fox and April O'Neil. Yes. Very, very distant from
I'm going to be honest before we get into this conversation. I have only ever seen the original live action movies. And
you talking about like the 1996, 97 Jim Henson. Yeah, Jim Henson Works puppetry.
Yes. Wasn't there multiple of them?
Yeah, it was three.
Okay.
There was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, and then Secret of the Ooze. The third one was the Time one. We went back to like feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Or samurai.
I watched those three.
I've only seen that first one.
I can't say that I've
the
seen
whole franchise of all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So no, I've seen that first one of just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the live action '90s one. I want to say the first one. I've seen the one where Chris Evans is Casey Jones. It's like the CGI one that like everyone is talking about on TikTok right now. That's like really underrated.
Yeah.
I think it's just called TMNT, and it came out in like 2009.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I've seen that one. I've seen Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the TV show.
I mean, 2000. This one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2007. Yeah. A lot of people say that's like the underrated one. Like Leo was like hella underrated. There was like a really good scene between him and Raph in that scene.
2007.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart is in it.
Yeah. I think he's Shredder.
Oh my gosh, and Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Smith.
Yep.
And Lawrence Fishburne.
He might have been Shredder.
He was the narrator.
Oh.
Jim Cummings does a bunch of voices too, apparently.
Oh yeah, whenever you just need those additional voices.
Clearly, it's the more underrated, but like it.
Oh, it's stacked.
It's
1,000%.
Yeah, it's animated.
Yeah.
So 90s, 2007, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Turtles TV show. That was on.
It was on the early 2000s.
Well, no, it was the most recent one.
Okay,
like
yeah,
Rick Schwartz
I remember the animation for that one. That was like the big switch up too.
Yeah, it was like the story before they became like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Right.
because they never said the actual name until like the last episode.
Right.
And then the new one that just came out this past weekend, Mutant Mayhem. Have I seen any other ones? I've seen like episodes here
Did
and
you
there.
watch I've watched pretty much all of the ones that you described, minus.
Of course, the live action one, the live action one from Michael Bay, and the second one.
Sure.
Yeah, Out of the Shadows.
I think that's where most people from our generation got exposed, or they watched the WB early 2000s animation.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, like super like epic version.
To the pound.
That one.
Yeah.
That one. Like where they got into the pizza and it
Oh,
was like
that's
super
true.
they were super teenagers.
That, but also, I mean, if you were old head and watched like the 1989 one, it was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant. That's the classic one.
That's the
classic one where they actually had like in the new movie where they had the names or the letters on their belts. That came from like classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I did not realize.
Yes. 1980 TMNT.
Because this is like, oh yeah,
It's the one where
oh yeah, that's like where it was like
yeah.
super kid friendly,
yeah,
very
super-
super kid
yeah.
friendly, and
And,
very, yeah.
Uncle Phil played Shredder.
What?
Yeah, he was the voice of Shredder.
That's
And it's funny because there's a TikTok song going around right now where it's just like, let's all do this and get some pizza. That's Shredder. Where? Like that's Uncle Phil saying that in like a totally tubular voice. It is hilarious. Yeah. See if I can that voice real quick.
I love the hit. See, this is why I really wanted to go see the new movie, right?
Yeah.
Like it's the history of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as first of all a spoof of Daredevil and like other
It's just Marvel, DC, all the
DC
above.
comics, as well as like the whole mutant factor that creates them. Hold on.
Some takeout. So like, let's get down and figure out. It's Shredder.
That is Uncle Phil. If y'all want to hear that sound again.
Brought back some takeout. So like, let's get down and figure out. It's Shredder.
That is the voice of Uncle Phil. James Avery was the voice of Shredder.
What?
Let's see. TMNT Shredder.
I believe you. I just don't hear it.
The
Hold on.
multiple iterations.
Hold on. I got you. Nope. 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 Sorry.
Welcome, turtles.
I hear it. I hear it now.
Too late, you meddling reptiles.
Yeah.
As Michelangelo would say, chill out, dudes.
There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is.
Welcome.
Welcome.
The chill out. I swear.
Well.
He told Will to chill out, dude.
Well.
Like, in a condescending way a couple times.
Well, what do you mean, chill out, dude?
Man,
You can chill out
that's
this
too
house.
Good. That is too freaking good.
Hey, but welcome back to another episode of Blurred Survival Guide.
Welcome back.
Hey.
I completely got away. This conversation got away with us.
We had a cold open, a theme song, and a post cold open, and a cold open after that, and a colder open, and chilly. Chill out, dude.
Chill out. Season 4, man. We're ending with a bang. Like
We got what? 2 more episodes.
Got a few more.
Yeah.
Got a few more to
Yeah.
go.
Oh man, first episode post Royan.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to bring it up. I know we said we're going to ignore it, but nah.
No, I talked
Brian's
about the elephant in the room.
Moved on to bigger and better things.
We miss you, buddy.
Missed you, Brad.
We
Wishing
hope
you
you're
the best.
adjusting well to Denver.
Yeah,
There you are.
I saw a Snapchat of him. He put a Snapchat story. It was him
Oh, yeah.
skateboarding up and down Colorado. I was like, this man is thriving.
Living his best life.
Love it.
1000%.
Love it. Oh man, happy for you. Happy for you. It was. Was it today? Yeah, today's Monday. It was Ainsley's first day of school.
The
and her
keys
new
have
school.
moved on.
Wow.
Yeah, the keys. They are married now. Oh man.
Wow.
Mrs. Key in the school, and Mr. Key out there grinding and shredding on the longboard out in Colorado. Totally tubular.
Chill out, dude. He's gonna get plenty of chill out there in Denver. That's for sure.
He told me the other day, before we get to the episode, he did tell me the other day, he was like, we were both at work. Oh, I was at work, and he was just like having a day, getting ready, like moving in and whatnot over in his apartment. He was like, I need fast food. And he's not in the South no more. And he was just like, it's hard to find fast food in Colorado. He had to travel like 30, 35 minutes to find like a fast food joint.
If you
because-
lived in downtown Denver, you can either go to like the 16th Street Mall, or you have to go to like a lesser safe part of the neighborhood to
you
find
go to
fast
Boulder.
food.
I don't know. I ain't never been to Colorado.
Boulder's about an hour drive away.
If I got fast food and I'm willing.
Honestly, it's a college town, so probably.
There you go.
So there you go.
So
But anyway, no, I feel that.
I was like, man. He said, yeah, no, the fast food in Colorado is all healthy. I was like, I'm sorry. So he found, I think he found a Bojangles or something up there.
That works. That'll work. That'll work.
Yeah,
Fried chicken.
We're not sponsored, by the way. But
So what are we talking about?
hey,
If y'all couldn't tell,
I mean,
do you think
partially-
they know what we're talking about.
I mean, partially yes, partially no, because we didn't even talk about the anime in the room. But we can start. Do we want to start with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, let's
Since
start there.
We just kind
You
of naturally
ju-
progressed into it.
You just watched it today.
I did just watch it today.
I think
Exactly.
that it's fresh on the mind.
Yeah.
I really fell in love with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like as we both have. I think across like our watching television,
Across the universe,
essentially, and then like there's just a giant culture around the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. To be honest, like there's whole
I think the fandom is.
the fandom's insane.
Yeah,
right?
I
Like,
mean, it stretches from
We
like.
all know about that girl who lives and breathes by the
yo,
Teenage Mutant
yo,
Ninja
she
Turtles.
can do all the voices. That shit is. Have
She
you
has
not?
all the costumes.
She has all the
of
heads from the movies.
everything. You don't know who I'm talking about?
You have not seen?
Oh man, what is her name?
I don't remember. She's famous for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole thing. There was like an episode of like collectors and whatever, and that is her shtick is TMNT memorabilia and collectibles. Dude, it is.
I mean, I believe you.
I mean, they've impacted
people
a lot
collect
of
it.
bro.
Yeah.
People really
Here she is.
like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because of like the messaging and everything. You know, like the
Oh, it's just a message of like of it. You don't have to be normal to fit in,
right,
but also the underlying thing that family is important.
exactly.
And it like yeah, I mean, you said in the new movie,
They're very positive role models. Like it's
Dedicate
really,
your life to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yeah, you gotta definitely cut
I'll
that in.
send
Like,
this.
Yes, please.
it's definitely worth a watch.
That's all- yeah, no,
if you
yes.
haven't seen it, I'm sure a lot of other people haven't seen it.
I definitely.
But
Repost to the blurred TikTok, but yeah.
I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles just about as long as I can think of any other superhero. To be honest
Bro,
with you,
one of the
like,
first bedroom bed sets that my mama got me, thank you, mama, is
My boy.
a green, and I'm colorblind, so you know if I could see green, it was green. It was like green and orange with the OG 1987 Ninja Turtles
You had that down.
up and down the
Yeah.
comforter. That was I held that for a long time. I became an adult, and what do you know? I don't have them anymore because I've worn them to death, and they rip in like certain parts, so I have to throw them away, unfortunately. But I found some 1987 green and orange Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles loungewear, and I'm like, oh my god, my childhood, I could wear it. And then I kept wearing it, and I was like, dang it.
You do be wearing those.
Not anymore.
yeah. Oh.
You can't?
I remember I ripped a hole in them. I was like, all right, this fine. But I got bigger and bigger and bigger. And it was like, basically, my right leg was a skirt, and my left leg was normal. And I was like, I can't do this. So, yeah. That's why I switched to the Miles Morales pants.
I had a 3rd grade teacher who had a little doll, a Raphael plushie in her class, and she would send you at home with it when it was your turn to bring a book to school. So he was reading Raphael. And so you brought him back, and you read with Raphael, and you told it was like for reading comprehension.
Honestly, that's iconic. Go her.
No, it was super dope. It was super
Yeah.
freaking dope. Shout out Miss Lorena. Like, reading Raphael was the ish. He was my dude.
Yeah.
And so Raphael instantly became my favorite. And I had no idea about his hard-headedness, which is completely on brand for
I don't think
me,
a lot of
but,
people
like,
figured out about his hard-headedness until like the later movies, and because when we grew up and started getting to know the
I think that they
Turtles.
really brought out the characters from the comic books.
They flushed them out. Yeah, the newer ones.
Yeah, and then like the Megan Fox ones and those.
Yeah.
For sure.
Why I gotta call them the Megan Fox ones?
Because like that's the only memorable live action character from the movies that I can recall.
Will Arnett. Tyler Perry was in the second one. He was Baxter Stockman.
Oof. Well, I guess like my thing is like April O'Neil is the most iconic or like the most like memorable counterpart to the the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
She,
right?
and I mean,
Right?
she does represent like the humans having to see mutated turtles who are
Right.
roughly 6 to 8 feet tall, depending on the comics.
So like it's kind of like, you know, in terms of like iterations, you judge it by the April. Just like with Spider-Man, you judge it by the Peter, you know, like,
Peter or the MJ sometimes.
or the MJ sometimes. Like it's kind of like that.
Toby's MJ was a failing actress who, after rewatching it, because I have it playing at work sometimes. And just go off on a little Spider-Man tangent. When it was playing at work, I'm watching like the OG trilogy of like Spider-Man, and then played Amazing Spider-Man after that on TV. MJ was. I mean, this is her in the comics too. She was just not a good girlfriend, female character person in that trilogy. And I mean, it is faithful to the comics because she wasn't like that in the comics either. And
I mean,
Stacey was actually
you got to think about I mean,
was more more reliable, more loyal.
I think that there's a lot of debate that you could be had around how good of a love interest Gwen Stacy is for Peter versus Mary Jane. I'd like to talk about those at a later date. Like I haven't ever really considered it, but I do think when I think about like who was less trouble or like added like. You know, you had less to worry about. I feel like he had less to worry about with Gwen Stacy, but I feel like we can talk about
I feel like that's what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Anyway.
Let's get into the movie, the new one that we just saw. I've just seen.
You know, I think that this one is so iconic because of a lot of different factors of it, which is different from all the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies that have come out recently, right?
I mean, like one of the big things, the animation style. It's very animated.
Oh, extremely.
It is an
hell. They animated the smoke, bro.
Exactly.
Like you know, like
those, like how kids do, like
squiggles. Like the squiggles.
Yeah.
Seth didn't like the squiggles, man. I don't understand it. I feel I enjoyed the squiggles. Maybe they spoke to my inner child more.
The product of this time.
I think so.
Old man. No.
Seth, we love you.
Love you, Seth. Oh man. So the style in this movie was, if you were to look at this movie compared to like all the other movies and the animated TV shows, it was more in the style of like how kids are like, and not to be sexist, but like how little boys would draw in their journals, like just scribbles of like fire, boom, boom, and it looked like
really
that,
kind of
like
looked it looked like Procreate a little bit, right?
Yeah, but also like
that factor,
like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. If you saw like those movies and you see like how it was animated in his journal when he would do his little journal entries, it'd be like that. How like a 12-year-old boy would be drawing
the movies. Yeah.
Except like obviously like it's multi-layered and incredibly
Right.
detailed in a lot of different ways. But those elements were very prevalent throughout the entire film. I personally really enjoyed them. I thought that they were creative and fun and playful. I can understand why someone would be like, "Oh, that's kind of cheap." Too, right? Like it's interesting that like some people.
Was it though?
I don't know
But
how.
if it's well done.
Oh, it was very well
Also
done.
that, yeah.
It was very well done.
It was.
I think about Mitchell's Birth versus the Machine.
Yes, that's
It very reminiscent of Mitchell's versus Machines, and like how Homegirl, when she was doing her home videos, would have those certain like animatics in the movie, in her little movies. It was very reminiscent of just like real world Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, of just boom boom crash mindset of like I told you before we recorded, like we're 12-year-old, like we have the mindset of a 12-year-old watching this movie.
I'd say if it's like a hand-drawn 12-year-old's comic book.
Yeah,
Like if they had like put it panel by panel, like it really could have been a homemade comic book.
Yeah.
And it was I think that's really cool, even like on other reflection. To be honest with you,
yeah. And I mean, another thing that goes into like the mindset of a teenager with this movie is that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were actual teenagers. They were voiced by teenagers who were all. I think the youngest one, who Donatello, I think his voice actor was like 13. And then I think going up to like 16, 17.
The way they did this,
Yeah.
the way they got the casting, and Seth Rogen worked with these teenagers was brilliant. Like I watched a lot of the behind the scenes in terms of how they made it.
Yeah.
Like they had them mic'd up similar to how we are for some of the read-throughs, and just kind of had them riff and be teenagers.
Just that whole scene of just like, hey, you look, I'm a New Yorker. Yeah, I wanted to argue with the arguer.
Yeah. Like when they would start roasting each other or roasting other teenagers and stuff, or the other characters in the movie, it felt really genuine.
It did fit, yeah. Yes. I love like the intimacy of the brothers, of just them interacting with each other, the interactions with other characters. Shit, hell, even like them interacting with April, like it was just.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Ira Iberi, who's about like our age,
Yeah.
interacting with these actual teenagers, and it's just like. You're coming in and it's like it's y'all looking kind of sus hiding behind it. It's like she's kind of sus. We need to stop. And even more sus when you say that. Come on, move.
Her character, like her
April.
Her version of April is so just her, and from the Bear, you know, like it's her comedy.
It's like
like,
her
it
from
comes
the Bear,
through.
her from Elementary,
her stand up, like all of it all together. Like, but I think that it makes for a really perfect. Different April from
definitely a modern April,
precisely.
Yeah,
because it's not going to be like the not weird chick that hangs out with the mutants. Let's be.
I was like, it's not the standard sex symbol, because I mean that's essentially what she was too in the earlier comics, all the way up to the live action.
It doesn't make sense.
It's you got this model who just wants to be a reporter. It's like I understand reporters look like that back then, but like she hot. Why she hanging out with the turtles? Of all people. Something don't add up.
I agree.
It's even like, I understand Megan Fox is like, April O'Neil was like crazy.
Well, that's just Michael Bay loving.
But yeah, Michael Bay, Well, like, I understand, because what I'm remembering from her interpretation of April is that she was I'm going to be a go-getter reporter.
That's true.
That's it, this, that, and the other. And like all of her coworkers and everybody was like, you're insane, you're fired, get out.
That's right, because they didn't believe her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was like, because
But
it
she was
was
still
so
like,
hard to believe.
but she was portraying it in the most like Megan Fox way of, I know I'm hot, but also there are turtles hanging out. Because I mean, you remember that one scene where she's like walking through the subway and like she takes off the shirt and like ties it into, turns into like a little Harajuku girl. It's like walking through this and like does a whole disguise.
No,
I'll show you in the middle of the break.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, but let's move on with the rest of the Mutant Mayhem. Let's talk about
it for real.
Superfly.
Bro, it for real was some Mutant Mayhem. Like
Superfly.
The way they did that and grew that plot was insane. But Ice Cube is Superfly.
Superfly,
man.
Superfly.
One of my favorite characters. I just really appreciated, first of all, how they let you know how he became Superfly. Like, how that story, how he was the original mutant that really just...
Baxter Stockman made him.
That just, like, went... It grew from him, and he had abandonment issues. He had, like, he was raised by, like, a fucked up dad and shit, and, like, and that is why he does what he does.
He also has to, like, protect his family because they don't family he got.
It made all the sense. He was a great villain in terms of that storytelling. Like, you don't often get that,
He
man.
said curse words.
He did. He did. He did.
I was afraid he was going to drop an F-bomb at one point, the way he was talking about this movie.
I mean, I loved his rap lyrics. Like, the way that he would, like, come in every line. Like, he would walk in, like, drop a verse, drop a bar right there.
Bro, especially, like, the betrayal scene. It's the song Backstabbers. It's like, the smile in your face. Oh, backstabbers.
Yeah.
And he was like, the smile in your face. Oh, it's just such a disgrace. I'm like, oh, he actually is quoting Backstabbers. I can't. Wow.
He walked through the door. He said, "Today was a good day."
Yep.
I was like, God, we're just.
Bro, no, when he opened the, and this was in the trailer too, he opened the back of the truck, and it was just like, 7 in the morning, police knocking at my door. I was like, he just quoted Ice Cube lyrics
as Ice Cube, as Superfly in the movie. Yeah, no. Let me say, like, when you combine Seth Rogen's writing and Ice Cube's writing, I don't think that there's any kind of losing situation.
No, there's like, win-win.
When you have two of the one comedic genius, let's, like, for real.
One of the most prolific comedic writers, and one of the most prolific rap writers.
And, like, movie writers, anyway. Friday, I mean, was entirely...
He did write it.
You know?
I completely forgot he wrote Friday.
You know, like this, he wrote Friday, he wrote, Are We There Yet? He wrote Barbershop.
Yeah, Barbershop, yeah.
I mean, the man knows how to make a film, right?
Like, he truly does.
And so, like, you combine both of them, but you get a solid, I mean, like, probably one of the best scripts that you could think of for this movie. It was
Rotten Tomatoes made it to 94. The audience reaction was a 93. In comparison to that, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was a 97 with the audience score around 94. So I mean, you got some of the two. This is probably in this summer alone, we had two of the best animated movies.
I think it changes the game.
It does. It truly does.
I think it changes the game in terms of animation. I really do. Like you're really starting to see. You're gonna like what Spider-Verse did in 2019.
Into the Spider-Verse?
Into the Spider-Verse.
2018
did the animation.
Oh, that changed the game.
I think you're going to see another shift, like another addition here. Because, like, for real, like I think they kind of took what was being put into, like, some shorts or some, like, you know,
definitely
smaller feature films, and put it into this major motion picture.
Yeah.
Into this franchise that, like, a lot of people love.
I mean, especially with Across the Spider-Verse too, with the just the different mediums of comic books.
Exactly.
You see at the Spider-Verse Society, Spider Society, and I mean you got those different type of mediums, and then you have Mutant Mayhem, who's a completely different style of animation, and it's just like, geez Louise, we being blessed. And then we got Paw Patrol coming out.
Bro, let me tell you, Miriam, I didn't tell you. I really forgot to tell you that Paw Patrol trailer had me freaking hyped.
Paw Patrol's having like a cinematic movie.
Yes,
the second one.
Oh wow!
And this one has them looking like Power Rangers.
There was a meteor that falls from space. It breaks open their little crystals that attach to their dog collars, and they all get powers. There's Bulldog, who he is a construction worker, and he becomes a bulldozer because he's Bulldog who's a bulldozer. Yes, they did that. You got super speed. You got one who's got water. One who's got a Dalmatian who has firepower,
and one who can fly.
Yeah, the girl that was basically Superman. You could fly, break through walls.
Like, I was actually pretty hyped for the Paw Patrol the trailer. It was wild. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I might watch it.
Because I'd say they assault him.
That's hilarious.
We have another Barbenheimer outfit situation.
Paw Patrol.
See?
Ah!
Oh man, are we done with you, man?
No.
Any final thoughts? Any other stuffs that we think of?
Jackie Chan with Splinter, bro. Like, you can't stop. Like, this is a perfect casting. Like, if you could think about any other perfect casting for Splinter.
No. I'm trying to think of like.
I mean, in terms of like a
Older Asian
sensei, in
actors.
terms of like someone who's been in the game, like I think
Jackie Chan was the perfect fit for this movie, honestly.
I think it's an underrated factor considering he doesn't have like a whole lot of lines, but like his lines are incredibly meaningful, especially because
I
like
don't know, he
he's
did
like,
that whole story about the about how they became to be
facts. Like I mean, like I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like you get him in doses. He's not throughout the entire film because like they're outside and they're doing stuff that they want to hide from him.
True. Yeah, looking at like other older Asian actors. I mean, James Hong maybe
Okay.
played Poe's dad in Karate, not
Okay.
Karate, Kung Fu Panda.
You could. What's his name? Spock.
You know Asian?
Not Spock. Excuse me.
Sulu.
Sulu. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this alive? Miriam, could you fact check for us?
Yeah.
Sulu from the OG Star Trek, is he still alive? Jet Li, maybe?
No.
He passed away recently.
Hello.
Oh. You mean?
Hello.
Sorry, if I was
Hello.
paying attention. You mean George Takei?
George Takei.
George Takei.
No, he's still alive.
Oh, he could have.
George Takei's still alive. He's 86 years
I think, but no. I mean, if you're gonna,
I mean, look, James Bond
seriously,
is
but
94.
regardless of that, I think Jackie Chan,
Oh, no, Jackie Chan,
in terms
yeah.
of being like a kung
And
fu
he's
master,
married
in
to
terms.
his spouse Brad since 2008.
Beautiful.
Cute.
Very cute.
Beautiful.
Bruce Lee. No, I'm kidding.
No, I think I personally was when I saw the cast for the movie. I
I
was
was
just like,
excited
this
from the
is
get-go.
this is something that I'm 100% going to go watch. I'm really happy that I went to go see it in the theater though.
Post Malone.
Oh,
Did Post Malone have a song on this album too?
No, he was Ray Fillet.
yeah. Oh,
Oh, he was-
Ray Fillet was the
Stingray. Who kept singing the whole
Stingray.
time.
I forgot about the Stingray.
Ray Fillet.
Forgettable figures.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paul Rudd is Mondo Gecko.
Paul Rudd as Mondo Gecko was iconic.
Bro.
The fact that he was a bad guy was so sad. Like
Bro.
you wanted him to be your best friend.
But he was the one who changed it, like changed the ways.
He did change.
Bro.
He did flip.
Bro.
He did flip.
We're not gonna do that. The humans got to get. Yes. Mondo Gecko all day.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, no, cast stacked.
Yeah, that is a stacked cast.
No, it was worth it to go see it in the theater.
Yes.
Purely because of the animation too. Like
Yes.
just getting to see all of it in that, like as big as it was. It was. I think it did it quite like.
I was
perfect
happy that I
justice.
saw it today in theaters because I'm off on Mondays and
It was
school is back in
School
session.
just started.
So I went at 10:30 in the morning and guess who was in that theater?
Nobody.
Jeremy and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, wow.
It was wonderful. I was in the
Oh,
middle
wow.
of that theater.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like,
Bet.
nice. That's nice. I laughed.
You deserve that time, my friend.
I did.
You deserve that time. It's all good.
What else we got?
That's my list for TMNT. I mean, like, I hope people
we
go
went
see
through
it.
it. Yeah, definitely
I
go
hope
see
people
it.
go see it.
We did not spoil much. I mean,
No, I don't think
we didn't spoil
we didn't really
anything.
spoil much of the plot or
Cruise down the street in my six, but no,
that wasn't. No,
but definitely go see it. See it in theaters if you can. If not, definitely wait for it to come on streaming. But I would recommend you see it in theaters because it is a wonderful movie to watch. You ready for the switch up?
I think the drums of liberation are pounding.
Oh,
The drums
That's a
of
different drum.
liberation. Dun, 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 dun,
it's
dun.
been 800 years.
Boom, boom.
I can hear them. The drums of liberation. That's a weird drum.
It's a rip shot.
That ain't
That ain't the kind of drum that this is. We need that.
we need the drums of liberation. That's what we
Oh,
need.
God.
Put it on the board.
I'm working on it.
I
Next
can put
time.
it on the board.
800 years.
Y'all know what just happened. The
Joy
like
boy.
2 weeks, like the past 2 weeks of One Piece. If you haven't, caught up is because your internet is still broken. Because for 2 weeks ago, it broke the internet.
It did.
Crunchyroll, Funimation, I don't care who else.
All the pirated sites.
All the sites. Like, if you were trying to watch Luffy go Gear 5, which, if you know anything about anime, you know is, like, pretty...
The equivalent of Goku going Ultra Instinct, the equivalent of Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time.
Like,
the equivalent of Naruto going Baryon mode.
Oh, yeah, for
all
sure.
of the above.
For sure.
What's it? Not Itachi. Ichigo from Bleach.
Ichigo going full tilt with his sword skills and whatnot, Demon Slayer skills.
Full Metal Alchemist, the dog, and the girl come to... No, it's not that bad.
Bruh, it's been a moment that people have been waiting for a significant amount of time.
Man.
And I can tell you that. The anticipation was built, the way that they promoted that dish in Japan was prolific.
It was in the subways, it was on the streets, it was on their version of Times Square. Like, the entire country of Japan was red, white, and
yellow
for Luffy. Because my boy was going Gear 5. The amount of promotion I was telling everybody because of, like, the behind the scenes stuff, because y'all know me being a cartoon boy, I was excited for this episode that I had to catch up, and your boy finally caught up on One Piece. Y'all saw me stating
you had the most. I think knowing what you knew about this episode probably was the greatest motivation I think that you've ever had
to watch this,
to watch a television show, maybe.
Yeah, honestly,
just given the fact that it's like that perfect merging of what you
American animation, anime,
dearest.
Yes,
and
it was. Oh man, I can't stop smiling because
it really was like the. Ultimately, I mean, if y'all haven't seen any scenes, I mean, I think we can firmly say spoilers ahead.
Spoilers ahead, definitely. But I mean, literally, it's been on every video, every TikTok, every Instagram.
It broke the internet.
It broke the internet.
Like, all I know is real deal. After all of it, I need some Gear 5 merch.
Oh yeah,
somewhere.
Oh yeah,
like I need some kind. I want a Gear 5 inspired outfit. I want like a Gear 5 T-shirt. I want it all. I want it all.
I had a wedding reception ideas, but I don't want to tell this later.
Possibly. We'll talk. You can talk.
Yeah, you talk. The groomsmen be like different gears, but you be Gear 5, and you be all white.
I don't think everybody would get that.
They wouldn't.
And that's okay.
It's fine.
We talk about it. You wild. You crazy.
I got ideas, man.
It's a pretty good idea.
I got ideas, man.
It's a pretty cool idea, to be perfectly honest.
But yes, the Gear 5 episode of One Piece came out about a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure when this episode of the podcast is very mixed up because we've done so many things in the past month.
True.
But that Gear 5 episode, so episodes 1071 and 1072 are what we're going to discuss, which is the introduction of Gear 5 and the initial start of the Kaido versus Sun God Nika / Luffy / Joy Boy fight. My God, what a feat, what an animation. Zunisha is how I felt because he said Joy Boy has returned. I was smiling from ear to ear. Elation. When I tell you the journey for Jeremy to get from the episode that I was when I learned about Gear 5 to catching up was a journey. I was at like...
You really kicked it into high gear
I did.
At Dressrosa? Question mark?
What was before Dressrosa? The end of... the end of Punk Hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was. I was still like just slowly getting through Punk Hazard.
War and all them and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finished Punk Hazard. And then that's when I learned about... I mean, Caesar was all like caught in everything. We have Kinemon and everybody meeting up. And yeah, once we got to Dressrosa, it just kind of... Yeah, when I initially got to Dressrosa, that's when everything really... No, it was like after... It was Zoe.
Okay.
No, it wasn't Zoe. It was... Whatever was after Punk Hazard. There was something after Punk Hazard right before Zoe that kind of pushed it.
It was the moving castle thing, right? Like the moving fortress.
Maybe. I forgot what it was.
I think that might be Punk Hazard, actually.
Yeah.
We need Ryan.
We do need Ryan. But whatever it was, like I said before that, is when I learned about Gear 5 and what it was, what it could be, and it was essentially, and I learned that animators from America who worked on like newer Tom and Jerry movies and whatnot were coming to work on this episode. It was like, wait, are you telling me I'm going to see American cartoons in an anime that I've grown to love? And that's when it was just like, holy crap, time to catch up. So I was on episode like 655, around that area.
All right.
It took me 3 months and around 450 episodes, and literally the day that Gear 5 episode came out, I was on the last 2 episodes, and I watched it while I was at work. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry, Laura. But I needed to catch up to this episode. They understood.
This man is committed.
Ladies, if you want to know what commitment is, know that I watched 450 episodes of One Piece in a 4-month setting, and I understood everything that happened.
And all of that energy could be given to you.
Anyway,
Back to it.
Yes, the journey that got there, it was. I felt proud, like I damn near cried because I actually caught up to this episode.
I mean, it's
when I got to the actual episode, when I said like I was at work, like I just finished closing. It was around like 10:30, 11 o'clock that night. I was like, screw it, I'm about to watch this episode here right now on the computer.
I don't care.
There was nobody in there. I locked all the doors. Lights were off. Office door was closed. I pressed play.
That's, hold on, pause. You know what that's reminiscent of?
What?
Rick and Morty nights at Your Pie.
Oh man,
That's reminiscent of Rick and Morty nights at Your Pie.
Yeah.
That Sunday night shift.
Yeah.
Before you went home, we would stay and watch and
have
watch
beer
the,
too and watch.
watch the drop.
Rick and Morty.
Watch the drop. It
Yeah.
came out. We were like, some people would like come home and come back.
Yeah.
It was a good time. That's what I'm
Yeah.
reminiscent
Oh
of
man,
that.
I miss those days. Kinda. But yeah, no, like I said, I watched it and my smile was as big as Luffy's the whole time.
Bro,
Like the
that's-
initial when he got back up, he was like, "How am I still standing?" You hear him bouncing. Boing, boing, boing. He's moving around, moving the earth around.
the way they zoom out and give you that wide panel shot to just like make sure you understand that he is manipulating the ground.
actual
and
atmosphere.
every time as he is touching whatever he is touching,
It turns into
and
rubber.
It's at his will, at his discretion, at his own free will, 100%. Like it's breathtaking, honestly. Because like I'm not fully understand. I want them to flesh out more about like the whole. What the names that it's got, like the human fruit, the gum fruit, like what is it? Why is it that? Like
the
why
leaders of
is
the
that
world government,
human?
they began to discuss
All
it.
that stuff's got to like get fleshed out for me as we move along, as the story goes along, and I'm sure it will.
The thing is, we still don't fully understand what's happening in this fight.
Nah, dude.
Because dude is just like, I've reached my peak. I am powerful. Let's have some fun. When he did that jump across the moon and did the iconic shot, that's on the phone right now. Boop,
Let me
right there.
say, for a transformation episode, you got to see a fair amount of the impact of that transformation. Like for real, like you got to see like a lot of the power that came with that transformation that you often don't see, bro, in a lot of transformation episodes across most anime.
Yeah.
Like I think that's one thing that makes this One Piece very different. The
this
transformation.
episode special.
Whenever you get a transformation episode, Louis finna flex.
Oh yeah, I mean even like going back to Gear 4 and
Gear 2, bro.
Yeah,
Like-
Gear 2 when he's like standing there, you see the air compress in his legs,
Yeah.
and then like it's
Yeah.
like smoking.
Yeah.
There's that. Gear 3 when he just like he blows his hand up to become the size of a giant and just
Yeah.
punches the wall and it gets
Outside
bigger.
of- it's, Eddie's lobby, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Or
fighting-
Water 7. No, it's
he's fighting Seeking Zero. He's fighting
Yeah.
Leopard dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which he's about to fight again in Luffy form, in Joe Boy form. So this can be some. But there's that. There's Gear 4 when he does that for the first time at Whole Cake
In
Island.
Whole Cake Island with
Yeah. With
the Mochi Man.
chomp chomp. That man was eating donuts, bro. But yeah, like even that, like the two forms of Gear 4 when he was like regular Gear 4, Bounce Man,
and then
Snake Man.
You
like,
really get to see it like instantaneously, and that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, and I'm happy that like the animators like took the time with all these transformations to show you this is not your average transformation. Like, no, we finna change up. We change up the animation. We changed up the music, the style, his voice sometimes, because when he's Bounce Man, he's Bounce Man.
Yeah, he's got
Snake Man.
Yeah.
And then like I'm excited to hear how his dub voice is going to sound as Joy Boy. Like, I don't know if they're going to change voice actors. I know one of the TikTok sounds and one of the sounds that like it should have stuck in my head is when he's saying muscle in Japanese, because he's saying maki, not monkey. I had to learn that. So he's saying maki.
When he said what?
Maki.
I'm not gonna lie. I hear him say muscle because I read the subtitle.
Yeah, I read the subtitles.
I'm like,
muscle. Yeah,
that's funny.
So I want to hear how he says that in the dub.
True. If they stay true to it, like that.
If they say true to it, I hope. And I was telling one of my coworkers is if they say true to like him saying just muscle. Yeah, I hope he says it like as Luffy the first two times, and then they get either like Zoro's voice actor, Sanji's voice actor, or
to say it like super like
what's the
freaking
Frankie. Yeah, I think Frankie's voice. So it's like muscle. Like it's actually his voice changes.
Yeah. That would make a lot. That'd be funny, and it makes sense. It's on brand, right? Like,
it's like, because I mean, you're a cartoon. You're able to change your voice sometimes. As
100%. You definitely have to be able to manipulate your voice as a cartoon, as that kind of cartoon. Like, and when you have that much freedom,
he's essentially become Japan's Bugs Bunny. Every time he goes Gear 5 now,
1000%.
Because Bugs Bunny is able to do all these things at his base form.
Yeah,
and I saw TikTok where it's theorizing that he's at base Toon Force, and that his Toon Force can get bigger and bigger. Luffy's can.
You got to ask the question: who's winning in a fight, Bugs Bunny or Luffy?
Who got prep time? Or is this no prep time?
No prep time. No prep time.
Bugs Bunny.
I think so.
Bugs Bunny, because Bugs Bunny been doing this for years. He can,
He's got a
Bugs Bunny.
Much longer record.
Full on advantage. I mean,
much longer win-loss record than Hey,
centuries at this point.
Centuries.
Like, a century. WB is 100 years old. That man. Yes. He Bugs Bunny can come at you as a woman, turn around, become big chungus, and then
I think
later hit you with the opposite voice real quick. Hold it real high.
I don't know if Luffy got it with prep time, bro. I don't even know.
Luffy still got to figure out what he is at this point. He just knows his Gear 5. He doesn't realize that he is the sun god.
A sun god, yeah.
I feel like for Ryan, I have to say, are you kidding me?
I don't know. I think Ryan might be I'm curious to know what Ryan's opinion is. He'll have to call in and tell us what his opinion is.
And you can call in too at the number's not going to be inserted today. I'm not going to give you my phone number.
555-0199.
But no, I mean
8675-309. Call Goldberg.
800-600-6014. Yeah, just give them all the free promotion.
Stanley Steamer makes carpet cleaner.
Just give them all the free promotion. Luffy.
Anyway,
but no, I mean, going into that, I mean, still just going from like in 1071 where he's finally awakened and realized his power right before, like not even in the episode 1072 yet, where he's, I mean, just still in this first episode,
full tilt, full flex.
Yeah, he like
fighting with it. Just
I feel like Joy Boy takes. It's almost like the Mask situation. It's like Joy Boy takes over and just starts fighting for Luffy. It's just that Luffy is just kind of the avatar. This like the avatar for Joy Boy.
I see that.
And so
it's kind of his avatar state.
Yeah,
in a sense, like it's all of the
previous Joy Boys,
previous Joy Boys. Fighting through Luffy because he believes in freedom that much, right? Like that makes perfect sense to me.
But I mean, that initial, like, when he kind of enters Gear 3 into Gear 5 at the same time and just blows his hand up into this magnificent fist that punches through the ground, grabs Kaido, and yanks his ass.
Bruh, just yop.
He real deal just went, got you, bitch.
Just picked him. Just like plucked his ass.
And that's when you saw the animation switch from, like, Japanese to American, because you see the eyeballs just kind of stay.
Straight up. Like, some great American home cooking.
man, because you go to all the classic cartoon tropes of like
He does the Hulk
back and
smash,
forth,
like back and forth with Loki.
It became a Tom and Jerry episode real quick with Luffy being Tom and Kaido being Jerry.
They did the running wheel for Luffy.
Luffy had the moonwalk in this episode.
Did he not? No, he didn't.
Yes. I will show you because someone had done so many TikToks where they put Billie Jean or Snoop Criminal on top of it. It's when Kaido is hitting that. It's when Kaido hits the blast breath before Luffy like shoots it back at him.
Okay.
It's when Luffy grabs the ground, pulls it up, and as Luffy is meeting his stretched arms to come down, he is like walking, but it's like he's moonwalking back down. Yes, Luffy is moonwalking in that episode.
I'm not surprised. Honestly, with Oda and like how much he enjoys pop culture and Michael Jackson, not surprised.
So
not even surprised.
That was an influence. There's him and I mean, this is still with him manipulating the atmosphere with his now awakened powers. I mean, he rips up the ground, catches Kaido's blast breath, shoots it back at him, and you see the impact frame of Kaido going. At this moment, he knew he fucked up.
1,000%.
Gets hit with his own blast breath, and then we can go from there. We just go straight to 1072. Where the fight is in full flesh mode.
Man, I watching this fight, you can't help but just smile the whole time because watching him go from full tilt back down to zero and then just say, "Guess what? I'm not done."
You thought I was done?
It's all the feels.
It's funny because
it's every feeling,
and I feel like that moment too when into 72 when he does go back revert back to normal stage and is literally knocking on death's door because he realizes that is him finally realizing he has this new power and now he can take control of it. It was Joy Boy at first, but now it's Luffy and Joy Boy when he goes back into it.
Interesting.
That is my head, and that's my theory is that it is now Luffy has control of this Gear 5 power now. Because I mean, there's at the end, I just finished the episode. Kaido asks him, "It's like, who the hell are you?" And he sits there, sun is beaming behind him. This is glowing. He says, "I'm Monkey D. Luffy. I will surpass you and become king of the pirates."
It's just full flex.
So
I know who I am. He goes from being the vessel to being the
I am Joy Boy.
Both.
I'm him. That was Luffy's "I'm him" moment.
I am him. Yeah,
I am him. Ooh. It's just can we also talk about the other "I'm him" moment in that same episode when Joy Boy went giant?
Right, it was too epic.
Made Kaido a fucking jump rope.
He turns. I really wish if Kaido hadn't gotten that blast breath out, I think he would have been done.
Oh, he would.
Slam that was about.
Because you saw the impact. You saw the
right. Yeah, it was a meteor. It was a straight up meteor, bro. Whoo. Yeah, it was. I was ready for some planetary devastation type shit. Was
his island, his floating island.
But you know that Kaido's beat, bro. He is so freaking tired.
We saw both of them go back. When Luffy reverted to normal, he
brings it down to the knee.
Yeah.
He's just
Kaido's tired. He's tired. He ain't got much left of him either. Man. So we got about an episode or two.
Kaido can't manipulate the atmosphere like he can. This is just that's the thing. This is the step above that.
We also learned that Luffy can not only manipulate the atmosphere, he can manipulate other people.
Yeah,
because starting with Kaido, when Kaido ate him and turned his whole body into a playground.
The way he stretched through that man's eye.
That was disrespectful.
It was.
Disrespectful. Alright? When he used the man's pupils to open Kaido's mouth.
Pupils links the nostrils. Yaks at his mouth open and slingshots himself out.
Gum escape balloon, and that was just disrespectful at that point.
It truly was. He's I can't manipulate you in any way.
But also, Luffy was I don't give a fuck.
No, Luffy's done giving a fuck.
At this point,
Luffy been done giving a fuck.
He knocked him out. It was are you done? And that's another thing I realized. With every fight that Luffy has had, where he actually has punched Kaido. And punched him in the face, it hasn't affected him. This was the first time after he was giant Luffy, Joy Boy, when he punched him in the face.
Through the face,
and you see his fist coming through the back.
I thought he was gonna punch through him, bro. I
thought he was too.
I was like, God damn.
But I mean, we gotta keep remembering he can manipulate the
there are rules. There are rules here.
Yeah, he went full. That was another full cartoon moment when you punch somebody in the face and they face just kind of sparks in.
Well, My question is, how much harder does he have to punch him if he's also turning into rubber when he punches him? You know what I mean? Like if he's rubber, you see what I'm saying?
I think that Luffy in the next couple episodes is going to figure out how to stabilize other people, like some way stabilize his punches so that
like who he punches. Yeah,
because I mean, even though he did punch him and it punched almost through the face, it knocked him down. That was the first time that he actually knocked Kaido down, and Kaido stayed down for a minute.
That's true.
He actually was still down by the end of the episode.
Well, he like launched him through his face into the rocks.
Yeah.
So, like, if you think about like how he stretched him and then like made him go that way.
Yeah.
Right. Like. So. And I don't know the mechanic. This is the question.
We don't know the mechanics of
the mechanics of Gear 5 are something that I'm really looking forward to. And what is it like? This is the thing. Like now he has Gear 5, right? Like, is he just yanking out Gear 5 for every Emperor? Like, are we doing this for every Emperor?
I think so because here's the thing. I have seen. I don't know if it's real or not, but I think there's going to be a fight between Joy Boy and Shanks.
Gotta be.
I don't know what he's going to do with Buggy because, I mean, he's already fought Buggy way back when. Yeah, and this is well before he didn't even know about all of his powers yet.
Yeah, but Buggy's going to got to come back around, I think.
And Buggy always comes back around, but Buggy's secret power is luck because that's the only way Buggy gets around everywhere, bro.
Facts.
Who else got to get? I mean, Blackbeard. Yeah, yes, he's going to have to use, like, Joy Boy on Blackbeard.
I can't wait for what's about to happen with Blackbeard.
Because, I mean, Blackbeard got two devil fruits in him.
I think that he's got like
I think
three. I think he's got three. I think he has three.
Because people also think that he's actually like someone with like DID.
Well, they think that he has like 3 souls.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So like,
literally, that would be the real world aspect is that he probably does have dissociative identity disorder.
So, yeah.
So. I mean, if you have multiple people in you, maybe you can hold multiple devil fruits.
The next, yeah, right. That's the thing. That would make a lot of sense. Some people think that he like ate his sister or something, like because like when they address Blackbeards to Luffy, and they say that he does this thing, Luffy corrects the person, and says no, it's they, or says like they do this instead, and so it's. There's a strong potential that he has this like as a female inside of him as well. It's interesting.
All right.
It's really interesting. Like I really watching this, the past 2 episodes really just has me like really excited about like what's coming next.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, we know he wins because a lot of us have seen, not spoilers, but like. Seen ahead, he's making it to other islands.
The manga continues, right?
Yeah,
like
of course.
If you're a fan of the manga, or you're a fan of the show, you should be. I feel like most people are aware that this thing keeps going.
Yeah, I mean, he ends up at another island, so
right. So
we know he's done at Wano.
I just want to know how this is going to end, and I honestly thought it might have ended this episode. I was like, is it done?
That's why I got scared the first time I watched it. I did get scared. I was like, dang, he just knocked him out. That was it. I need more. And then it's like, no, he just jumped. It
would be kind of
call this gum gum.
It would be kind of funny though, like if he had just ended it and be like, guess what? That's all you get, and then. Later on, you get to see Gear 5s more, but I understand.
Yeah. My last question though, before we take a little quick break, how would you feel if you were in that performance room with the rest of the crews, or all the crews, and you see what you thought was your former captain, who you thought died, break his head through the ceiling and is the size of the ceiling, and his eyes are pointing out at you? How would you feel?
First of all, I never thought Luffy was dead. First of all, let me just go ahead and say that as a Straw Hat crewmate, he was never dead.
You're right.
Secondly,
how would you feel though when you knew that he was up there fighting Kaido?
I bug out like everybody else, bro. Because it's the.
You know how surprised you got to be for Law to actually have his eyes bug out too?
1,000%. You got to be outrageous, bro.
That man
ridiculous.
Scared the hell out of everybody in that room. When he came through, it was just
what the fuck are you looking at? Like, you don't even know.
You see somebody that literally just comes out like, ah! And everybody else is, ah! No.
It's giant, and he's a giant, too. Like, of all, like, it's...
Imagine my head, the size of this table, just pops through the ceiling. And just
with
says,
white
what's
head.
up?
With white
hair. Yeah. That ain't Jeremy. It's a ghost. Basically, it's a ghost. It's a paranormal entity. Oh man, but yeah, like that was hilarious to see because I've been wondering too because he's on the roof.
Yeah, they ain't seen him in a minute.
The only people who have seen him at this point that wasn't Kaido is Momonosuke and Kaido's son.
Yeah.
Like that's the only two people who have actually seen him as Gear 5 form, and going back to Luffy who was about to die, and then turn back into Gear 5 again. Like only two people have seen that until you see.
But like they didn't even witness it. They saw what they saw. They saw
Luffy get hurt one time because he went through his head that hurt and then went back up.
I mean, insane. It's crazy. It's fully devolved at this point.
Excited for the next episode.
It's fully devolved at this point. I can't wait to see what's the next.
The next episode is like Onigashima is on fire and they got to save Sanji and Zoro. And
we're definitely gonna step away from the. I mean, the animation was just incredible.
Yeah, but
we can go on and on.
We can go on and on. I really want to go on and on. What we're going to do now is take a quick little break and be right back for the weekly blurb.
Be right back, guys.
Ooh.
Nah, I don't like that. That's better.
Blink Coco, blink Coco, blink Coco. Grrr. Don't forget your wieners. Bye.
It's time for the weekly blurb.
I'm honestly happy. This was my secret plan. He would stop stabbing me with the microphone if we had microphone stand.
I got 2 more ducks.
Oh my god. I'm been attacked.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Let's talk about the weekly blurb. We're talking about stuff
And things.
and all the things.
Hashtag.
First coming soon. Hey, who next? Who first? I guess I'll go.
I believe in you.
Okay. I just had it. Okay. Since we... Bam! You good. Got a frog in your throat. Alright. Cool. Since we've been going a couple weeks, I've seen movies. I need to get back on that Disney Blurred stuff. So I guess this is my foray back into it. I want to give a quick little review on the Haunted Mansion. I saw that a couple weeks ago. It was interesting.
Different.
Definitely very different from the OG movie back in 2003 with Eddie Murphy and the kids and family.
I think they promoted this one just about as much as they promoted that first one. Honestly, like they really like their Haunted Mansion movies.
Yeah, they do. They like their ride movies because they promoted it just as much as Drunken Cruise, just as much as Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean is just their like golden ticket because they got a whole franchise out of it.
It grew into something.
Yeah, it was
Because of Johnny Depp.
I mean, truly. But I think what they were hoping for after that, after Pirates of the Caribbean, after the first one, definitely Dead Man's Pearl. Curse of the Black Pearl. Yeah, that was so many movies.
The Dead Man's Pearl.
Yeah.
The Curse of the Dead Man's Pearl.
The Curse of the Dead Man's Pearl's Black Chest. And Journey into the New Tide.
Tales,
yes. .com. All right. What they were trying to do with all of these other ride-based movies like Pirates of the Caribbean was to make it into like all franchise movies, and they hit the target once and they couldn't hit it again, but they kept trying and they're going to keep trying.
Is this movie a franchisable film?
It is set up to be.
Is it?
Probably not.
The first one, because the first one was a one shot. We all knew it was a one shot.
Oh, definitely a one shot.
And maybe it could have been turned into a TV show later. Maybe. They kind of like, I think by taking all of the heads and the spiritual sphere, they kind of maybe set up for it.
In comparison to the current movie, the first one really didn't like delve deeper into the actual like ride as compared to like Pirates of the Caribbean, where you are as a pirate. I mean, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride is literally a 10-minute ride about pirates being pirates, so you can make that into a movie just as easily.
Right.
Haunted Mansion, it does follow a certain storyline and I don't like scary things, but I do like, it's Disney, so I'm gonna bear through it. It wasn't. I think the Haunted Mansion, the Eddie Murphy one, was scarier than this one. And it still gave me like that one gave me a jump scare when I watched it recently, and the zombie scene came on when they had to go to the crypt to get the key, and the like one of the zombies popped up on screen and it legitimately gave me a jump scare and I forgot about it. But needless to say, like I said, it's that one. Like I said, it didn't really delve into the story, the like cameos and little Easter eggs that you would see in the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney World, Disneyland, wherever they have the Haunted Mansion rides on like around the world. This one did that while still maintaining a solid story of this family or this single mother and son moving to the house. And I mean the ride is based on like Louisiana house architecture and whatnot. So they did that. It's still based in Louisiana, like the original one. So it's still based in Louisiana. The story, I mean, they go in, they still do in the newer one. They are able to do more of the cameos and stuff. I guess with the technology that we have now, they're able to do more of like the Easter eggs that you would see in the ride. So there is a scene. I mean, spoilers, but not really, because I mean, if you've seen the if you rode the ride or if you like seen the movie, it's literally they're very similar. They use those plot points that are in the ride very well in this movie. Okay, because there's a scene where the main character is being chased, and Lakeith Stanfield's character and the little boy character are trapped in the room. Like, there's that room that you first enter before you actually hit the ride. That's like the door closes and it's like no doors or windows, and the actual room starts stretching. Yes. They actually made that to a plot point where they're trying to escape, and they have to hang on to like one of the gargoyles as the room is stretching. And it's like, oh wow, they actually did that. They have like the hallways that like stretch, and you don't know if the hallway's ever going to end. Yeah. They actually do have the plot point of it being the Hatbox Ghost is the main villain of this movie, and what it is that the Hatbox Ghost is actually a guy who, like, he was a more powerful ghost who, for him to actually become the most powerful ghost and actually basically bring hell onto Earth, he needed to trap. So at that point in the movie, he needed to trap around. He needed to trap 1,000 souls in his house, which that is the main plot point of the ride is 999 grim grinning ghosts, and there's always room for one more. And by the time that they figured out that he was at 999, it was like at the point that they thought that that the ghosts thought they were at, he was only at 966, and that's when it like closed for like 33 years. So there was like he was gaining souls for 33 years. He gained basically a soul a year. So by the time that the movie was there, it was like, oh shit, we're at 999 ghosts. He only needs one more to actually enact his plan. It's like, oh, they actually incorporated the saying from the ride. Okay. Because like literally, like I said, the line is 999.
And they're trying to buy the house this time.
No, it's like, no, they already got the house. They already got the house. So
they bought the house.
Rosario Dawson and the son bought the house. Like, they somehow got into the house. They were going to turn it into a bed and breakfast.
Which is different from the first one, right? Right. Because Eddie Murphy's trying to sell it.
Yeah, he's trying to sell the house. So yeah, they do that. They, like I said, it is a, like I said, they actually make the Hatbox Ghost, who is a prevalent feature in that ride, who's like, his head is able to go from the Hatbox back into his head and stuff like that. Yeah. They actually make him into the main villain. He's able to do that. It's actually like, it's Jared Leto, which I know how we all feel about Jared Leto. Good enough, like, we don't know, if you don't know that it's Jared Leto, unless you like knew the back, like behind the scenes stuff, you would know it was Jared Leto. You would never guess. It's a different voice. They put an ethereal like voiceover on top of his regular voice. Yeah. It's deep, and then all the prosthetics and makeup and CGI on it. It's like, oh, it's just Hatbox. Like, it could have been literally somebody who was just like wanted to be an actor for the first time, and it could have been the same difference, because you don't like, the only time you see actual Jared Leto's face is when they do a flashback of how Hatbox Ghost became a Hatbox Ghost.
They just wanted that credit.
Basically,
they just wanted that credit.
Basically,
that Kaz credit.
Yeah, but and yes, and cash. But like I said,
his cult's going to come see the movie just because of him.
More or less. But I guess to wrap things up, I would give it like a 6 out of 10, because I mean, it was short, sweet, and to the point. It was predictable only because, like, I mean, if you're a real Disney file, you know what's going to happen. The formula is how it's going to end. It ended how you expected it to end. It does end open-ended so that you can have room for more stories.
Like everything works out.
Exactly, but there's always room for one more. Yeah, almost type of deal. And they did set up for a sequel. He's ready to write a sequel. I mean, we are still dealing with writer's strike and everything.
Are they staying? They stayed in the house.
They did.
They stayed in the house.
They stayed in the house because the ghosts. So the ghosts that were in this house, I mean,
they're all nice.
They were only,
minus the one.
They were only trapped because the Hatbox Ghost was threatening them. They're like, I'm going to kill a ghost. This is what the Hatbox Ghost is going to say.
How you going to kill a ghost?
Exactly. Well, he could apparently.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, no. To wrap things up about that. Like I said, it's worth a watch. I would wait for it on streaming, but it is. I would say at least worth a one-time watch. Yeah,
I'll watch it. I'll watch it once. I'll watch it when it comes to Disney Plus, just like I'll watch the Little Mermaid when it comes to Disney Plus.
It should be in like the next couple weeks or so.
September or something is what it says.
The next couple
September
weeks. Yeah. September 21st.
Yeah,
as told by producers.
Yeah, we looked it up earlier.
But yeah, that's my weekly blurb, and expect more Disney blurb stuff coming at you. Disney blurb stuff coming at you. I got I'm working on a video about my top 5 favorite animated movies. So look forward to it. And that is that.
Good deal. Good deal.
What you got?
Well, I just got a new piece of news that I was thinking that I
breaking news.
There was some breaking news. Sorry about that. There's some breaking news that I just became aware of that I wanted to just kind of talk about a little bit. We all remember The Blind Side.
Fantastic movie. Well, before you go into what
you know, like,
if you haven't seen news,
it was a movie that came out in 2013.
Don't lie, you know it was a fantastic
movie.
Up until
when the movie came out,
yes.
I will say I was a fan of this film.
We all were.
It is an Oscar.
I did not know.
It's an Oscar-winning film. None of us knew better until
I did not know better.
The past couple of years.
I mean, you start to figure some things out.
You grow up.
Yeah.
I felt hell to some degree. I even felt inspired by the damn film. Let's just be
a lot of
real.
people's personalities have grown from this movie. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
But we found out that the story that this movie was based on was a complete lie, a fabrication, because the
abuse.
The whole thing is Michael Orr was adopted by the Tui family so that he could move into their home, into their life, and
that's the public story.
Their better financial situation to this better school where his athletics, which in the TV show, in the movie, they downplay like a shit ton. Like, dude was actually stout, like on the football field. He showed athletic prowess.
Oh, okay.
Like, let's just be clear. Like, it wasn't like they really had to teach him a lot. Like, they had to teach him. He had to be coached.
Right. I mean, as with any new football player.
But the man was actually an athlete.
Yeah.
Like he was.
I mean, you make it to a professional football setting, you have to be good at something.
I mean, he played basketball.
Yeah,
he played basketball.
Yeah, he had to be good.
And so
at sports.
It was. So they really they downplayed that in the movie. And like if you know that, you should easily figure out that there's a lot less truth to the movie even from that point.
Well, I mean,
right?
you always got to take into account that like a lot of these movies, biopics, so forth and whatnot, quote unquote, are they usually in the trailers and on and like the end credits it says based on the story.
Precisely.
So it's not necessarily a true to life fact by fact how this happened.
Right.
Unless it's just a flat out documentary.
But the shitty part is doesn't stop really there, right? Like it gets bigger. The Tuies who claim to have adopted him actually placed him under a conservatorship.
Boo! Tomato.
And
Free Britney.
Cut him out of any kind of profits that were made based off of
he has not made a dime
the Blind Side movies. Like he never made
this is an Oscar-winning film. I wonder how Sandra Bullock feels right now, honestly.
Based off of his story, right? Did not receive any kind of money.
Not a residual.
Not our residual. And I mean, it's just it's an example of a white family taking advantage of this black man and his story.
He filed a suit, right? That's how this came to be. That how we, the public, came to know is that he filed a lawsuit against them.
Right.
So.
Because he got that.
Right. Because
technically, by law, they're not guilty until proven innocent.
I mean, they're innocent. Yes, we're innocent until proven guilty. However, I'm sorry.
He got the NFL money now with the NFL lawyers, so he can.
I mean, the man, he's currently not in the NFL at all.
That's true.
Yeah, he's retired at this point.
We still got NFL money.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I say that just because like it's an interesting situation, man. I mean, like I'm not surprised by it. I really am.
I did see a short video clip earlier that SJ was like, "We knew this was coming." I mean, this is the little brother. Like he was, when all this was going on, he was around 9 or 10 years old. It was out of his control from the get go.
No, he was just there. Like, he was just.
So he's just like, we knew this was coming. We just didn't know when exactly. We just knew that it was going to happen.
It's just interesting the things that have been popping off legally lately. Let me tell you, like it really, really, really is. The Lizzo case.
Ooh,
I don't want to talk about it.
Ooh, yeah, my Lizzo lovers. I'm sorry.
She made an ass out of herself, bro. There's a couple like as Charlamagne said, like donkeys of the day right now. Let me just say,
hey, we're not part of the Breakfast Club. We can't be doing donkeys of the day. We need our own phrase.
I gave him credit.
Not Charlamagne.
Yeah, man. No, it's crazy out there. It really is.
Oh man, poor babies.
But yeah, no, just stay tuned. Be happy to keep up. I'm gonna keep up with it. I hope everybody else does too.
I have a blurb.
Oh, producer blurb.
So it is currently the month of August.
Roy.
In Birmingham, folks, and
it's hot.
Live in the metro area or in the state. Coming up in less than 2 weeks is the Sidewalk Film Festival.
Yes, ma'am. The 25th annual.
It has been 25 years of loving films, guys.
1/4 of a century.
That's right. The 21st of August kicks off the Fest Week, but the actual festival is kicked off Friday night and runs Saturday and Sunday, the 26th and the 27th. So
there's a lot of free things to do during the week leading up to it.
There's a lot of things to do. They're not free.
There are free things during the week, though.
They're not free. You keep the spotlight on.
Free for certain folks.
For certain. Well, tickets are currently on sale. You can go to sidewalkfest.com to purchase your tickets. Follow us on Facebook. We are also looking for volunteers.com. So if you are interested in becoming a part of the festival experience, there are a lot of perks, including some tickets and some merch and some fun things. So there are perks to working with us, as well as being a part of a really dope team and crew of over 500 people that make the festival happen.
Damn.
Yeah.
So,
did you find it out?
I found the free event.
Which one is it?
It is the Tech Tuesday AI and Filmmaking. It's an education and outreach standalone panel, and it's workshops are free to the public, no pass required.
So if you want to learn, come on out.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Jessica, who is in charge of the education.
There's also the music licensing for musicians and filmmakers.
I might need to go to that one.
We might need to go to that one.
And then there's the Beyond the Screen Media Literacy 101 on Wednesday.
Woo!
I'm just saying, there's some cool stuff that they do, as well as show amazing movies.
Right.
So I want to get my movie in there.
But just to be clear, to see any movies, you have to pay.
Yes, those are not free.
Correct. But it's a really wonderful experience, and you should come out.
Yeah.
Shout out Sidewalk.
Do it.
And I watched a lot of films, so you should check out the shorts.
Yeah.
Because they're dope.
Remember Jay and I cried at one of them last year when I was remembering some stuff.
Y'all better come to the animated because it's so good. International and the.
What was the one that we cried at?
It was an animated.
It was an animated one. It was a family animated one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was during the family family block.
Right.
During the family block.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just remember after it was only 10 minutes, but afterwards, Miriam was sitting in between us.
It was a moment.
Yeah, because she had already seen it, so she knew it was coming. But literally, you see I could hear I wasn't looking at Jay, but I could hear Jay he sniffled, and I'm over there just both of us had shed a tear at that point.
It was a moment.
It was a moment. I forgot what the actual short was, but it was powerful, and it got both of us at the same time.
I love a good short.
That was a
good short will do it to you.
Oh yeah, I'm taking it up right now. I don't remember what it was. Yeah. Shout out, good episode, guys. Go game, go team. Yeah, but thank y'all for listening. This is the first post episode post Ryan. I don't know how I feel about it. It felt empty.
I miss you, Ryan.
Miss you.
We're gonna keep doing this thing.
Yeah.
keep it moving.
Got 2 more episodes left in the season. Let us know what y'all want to do. Episode 25, if you want to see something live, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
But other than that,
where can the people find us, Jay?
people can find us on Instagram and Facebook and Threads at Blurred Survival Guide. They can get with us on TikTok and Twitter. TikTok at Blurred Guide. You can also shop with us at Redbubble.
Yeah.
Buy some merch.
Please.
We got more coming soon.
Yeah.
Just stay up to date. Check on that ish.
Yeah.
You can get with us at our personals at Blurred Activists.
At that Disney Blurred. And other than that,
Keep surviving, everybody.
listen to the theme song. Good.
We're back.
Taylor King.
DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurred Survival Guide until the end. DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurred Survival Guide until the end.
Oh, we back at it again. Jay, Jeremy, Miriam, Ryan, friends until the end. What's new this week? That is our mission. Spoiler leaks, not our ambition. Call us geeks, come on now listen. Black and nerdy's our position. Blurred boys, y'all know what to expect. Enter the podcast, we come in correct. Survivalist world, we coming for the throne. Blurred boys, survivalist zone.
DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurred Survival Guide until the end. DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurred Survival Guide until the end.
Hey, 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 hey.
Taylor.
It's the Blurred Survival Guide. It's the Blurred Survival Guide. It's the Blurred Survival Guide.